Everybody people, everybody bleed, everybody needs some, everybody love, everybody know. I've been knocking Joe down like it, witness, God is my witness, I'm witness, but on the real I think I need another witness. If it was 17, black daddy, white mama wouldn't change a thing. Light skin, certified as a house. Go figure, in my blood is the venom master. It's like the devil playing spades with the pastor, but he was born with the privilege.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game could be full of exciting plays as we have two teams who can get up and down the field. The Bears are top 10 in total yards, and they go up against the Vikings defense that will need to be at the top of its game.
All right, thank you much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. With about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
To throw, Bridgewater. Mitch on Ryan. In there to get him for a loss of 5.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On third down, Bridgewater. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And Rudolph has it left side. Despite the heavy running, he'll be hit and drop shy of the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Third and short yardage. Bridgewater. Caught here by Conley. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big.
That's what they were aiming for. You want to keep moving the sticks, get into a rhythm, gain confidence as you go along. And right now, mission accomplished.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater being chased out left. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that'll make it 3rd down.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. To throw is Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Bridgewater rolling to his left. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. This is Kadeem Carey. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Detroit!
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And hauled in by the tight end Miller. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you got the stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's right. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Escaping. Now Trubisky lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Detroit! All right, now look at 56.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. The catch made by Miller. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Carry now. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now, they had the box stacked. That run was going nowhere from the start.
And when you say stacked, you really mean it, don't you? Because when you're talking about a 46 defense, commonly known as the Bear defense, you're covering up the guys inside, and you're allowing other people to get in there close to the line of scrimmage. Usually an 8-man front, that's difficult to block for an offense. On that play, the defense won in a big way. No gain at all.
They'll roll him out right. He's going to take a shot for the end. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A gain of 39 that time.
Dagger! Forward! Let's go! Move 58!
They go play action here on first down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. On second down, Cook. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
The Conley's got it over the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Bridgewater now on second down. Buying time to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Second down, Bridgewater. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a second down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Now Trubisky to throw on second. He sets to fire deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They run the counter with Cook, and they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. A nice carry there of 15 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Wide open receiver complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. First down, Bridgewater. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And he spins through, and now running right through it. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Vikings on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. They run it with McKinnon. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jarek McKinnon as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And it is now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Second down now after the pass completion. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky going up top. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not. We'll find out. And on 2nd and 10 now. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Flushed out right. And he slides to avoid the hit. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
All right, here we go.
it now out of the gun. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
On second down, here's Trubisky, eluding the pressure right. That's caught by Meredith, right side. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this belongs to the Vikings. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball is the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now a run with Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Here's Bridgewater. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
No, I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what are you symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Worth noting, the largest deficit the Bears have ever overcome in their long history. 20 points against the Cardinals in 06. Now it's Trubisky. And it's complete. The tight end, Deion Sims. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
Here we go now.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Again, it's Trubisky. Got a man, it's right. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Coaches really don't care from what position.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears cut into that lead. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
So they're going to go for 2.
Leopard! Set! Green! Back 99 Philly! Here we go!
Here's Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Well, that's true. You've said that before. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Let's go! Dagger!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. The carry, it's Cook. And he's got some space here. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down. A give. This is Cook. Nifty move. Down to about the 22 here. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The Vikings on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set.
Tiger! You ready? Way 90!
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Frank's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns. Now it's a 21-point game. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. A handoff to Carey to start the drive. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And out now come the Vikings. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns. Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as...
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan, and the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at it 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quentin Dimps. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now.
Now Trubisky to throw. Throw left side complete. It's right. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Carey. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
No, check. Patriot. Here we go now. Watch it now, Barney. Leopard.
They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter in there to sack him for a loss of 6. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Good.
Now Trubisky. On the right side, this is Miller. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down right around the 31. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Here we go now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Anthony Barr. Coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This will be taken very short. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 32-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Wheaton with a catch right side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Now let's go.
On third down, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Here we go now. Detroit!
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Now he's forced out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Eric Kendricks in there to drop him for a loss on the play. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. They run again on first down. Cook. And he loses the football a second time. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Watching that body.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The drive starts on the ground with Carey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
So the D-line's going to spread out.
Gun!
On second down, here's Trubisky. His throw incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Leopard! Hurry up, here we go! Over!
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line.